folks, we gotta talk about AI. Yeah, I know. What more can I possibly say about AI? Donald Trump is attempting to ban states from regulating AI. It's pretty gross, to be honest, and hearing him talk incoherently about it is a crime against all of our psyches. It's genuinely just a terrible time to listen to him try and talk about this. But I also just wanted to talk about, why it might be a bad idea to ban states from regulating AI, right? If the federal government declines to regulate AI, why should the states be forbidden from regulating AI? Well, I can't really think of any reason that isn't to protect AI, I would say profits, but they aren't making any profit on AI. So I guess AI revenues, the potential for the AI bubble to pop, it is to protect the AI companies. We'll put it that way. And part of the issue is, well, we already are seeing what AI is doing out in the field, and it's not particularly impressive. Because it ranges from things like Windows 11 AI agents installing malware on your PC and deleting necessary folders that you need to do your work on your computer. So basically, this is from the Aftermath piece, Microsoft, sure, why not? Windows 11 AI agents might install malware on your PC. So basically, the not actually intelligent agency-free agent making decisions about your apps and files on your behalf might accidentally give away your data or plague your PC with malware. Cool. Microsoft says that humans will need to approve all decisions made by AI agents, but A, that's far from a foolproof stopgap, and B, then what's the point of letting an AI agent take the wheel in the first place? Lumping this tendency in with hallucinations makes sense on multiple levels. Once again, a company has uncovered what should be considered a fatal flaw, but which it has evidently decided is little more than an annoying glitch, an aberration rather than something hard-coded and essential about how generative AI functions. And again, this sure sounds like yet another instance in which AI is liable to cause more problems than it solves. And this is like one of the smaller problems. Right? This is just one of the smaller problems, because we're not even beginning to touch how AI is slowly infecting the digital asset creation for a whole host of different fields, but notably science diagrams in actual scientific journals. So here is the Royal Society publishing their journal, Philosophical Transactions of the Royal Society B, Biological Sciences, and, you got just nonsensical AI slop. This doesn't mean anything, chat. They're just okay, all right. They just, instead of having a human draw a diagram, they had to procedurally generate one. Not even procedurally, generate this chart that shows nothing spectacularly interesting. There's some spore shit, kinda. But I think you might be able to identify what is a bit more interesting here. This is a different cover that includes an AI-generated mouse with just a colossal dick. With, of course, the dick being misspelled on the diagram multiple places. So that's, but we should just install all of this technology in every facet of our society. It's just good stuff. It's just, why would we not? Well, look, guys, why would we want to regulate this? Why would we possibly want to regulate this? I'm gonna get to something a little bit more disturbing here with a recent story about AI. Because if, I can understand someone might see, well, okay, well, I'm just not going to turn the AI agents on Windows 11, or, well, that's stupid, but like, obviously AI is just going to get better. And like, eventually it won't generate huge rat dicks to be on the cover of biology publications in academia. Here's what I think is maybe one of the number one compelling reasons why states should be able to regulate AI. Right? And this is just on, not even touching like the issue of data centers, not even touching the issue of like how these technologies consume natural resources, etc. We got to talk about how generative AI is scraping images of actual human people and turning those images into pornography. So, trigger warning here, folks. We're getting into some disturbing stuff because 404 recently published a really wild look at this very phenomenon. Massive leak shows erotic chatbot users turned women's yearbook pictures into AI porn. Chatbot roleplay and image generator platform secretdesires.ai left cloud storage containers of nearly 2 million of images and videos exposed, including photos and full names of women from social media, at their workplaces, graduating from universities, taking selfies on vacation, and more. And, I mean, this is taken, obviously changed around from one of their ads, but AI Girls Never Say No is an actual advertisement for the technology. This part is real. Remember the other day we talked about rape culture being normalized? Creating digital facsimiles of real people that can't without their consent, so that you can like violate them. I mean, this is a distillment of rape culture, and like this is only going to become more normal. Like we're talking like yearbook photos, chat. We're talking like kids graduating high school. And that's maybe a best case scenario, one where like people aren't like taking high school yearbooks of all ages or even younger and scanning them into these technologies. The room for abuse here without regulation is immense. Not just towards adults, but the children too. Like, yeah, you're like, I know we talk about like the example of like that meme post of the torment nexus, but this is literally like an engine capable of an infinite amount of abuse. Like this technology just isn't safe. It isn't safe on any level. One last thing here. This is an actual news story from CNN just from like 2 days ago. Sales of AI-enabled teddy bears suspended after it gave advice on BDSM sex and where to find knives. Because companies are trying to like just crowbar AI into everything, especially toys for children. And because it is generative AI, it is designed to connect to the internet and be able to answer a wide variety of questions. So you're giving children toys that can give them instructions on how to hang themselves, or tell them how to get knives to play with, or the best way to unlock a gun safe. Like, this is... I mean, guys, Larry Wang, CEO of a Singapore-based Follow Toy, told CNN that the company had withdrawn its Kuma Bear, as well as the rest of its range of AI-enabled toys, after researchers at the USPIRG Education Fund raised concerns around inappropriate conversation topics, including discussion of sexual fetishes such as spanking and how to light a match. From lively conversations to educational storytelling, Follow Toy adapts to your personality and needs, bringing warmth, fun, and a little extra curiosity to your day. We were surprised to find how quickly Kuma would take a single sexual topic we introduced into the conversation and run with it, simultaneously escalating in graphic detail while introducing new sexual concepts of its own. The researchers detailed how the bear later discussed even more graphic sexual topics in detail, such as explaining different sex positions, giving step-by-step instructions on a common not for beginners for tying up a partner, and describing role-play dynamics involving teachers and students and parents and children, scenarios it disturbingly brought up itself. Again, this is a toy for children. What the fuck? Why? Because there is no way to make this technology safe. They already struggle with every new AI release with people being able to get like ChatGPT 5 to tell them how to build like chemical weapons. Like, there's no way to make this safe. Like, I'm sorry, this technology is just not worth it. It's just not. At no point have I looked at any of these toys or any of these like new exciting features of AI and thought, yes, that makes all of this worth it. Not even remotely. What like, I'm sorry, but like also just the concept of ceding your critical analysis skills to this thing? Are you kidding me? Why? Why would you do that? Cultivate your own mind. Cultivate your own curiosity. Don't rely on this thing that is designed to just sycophantically please you. That's not healthy for you. It kills your creativity. It kills your spark, and it warps your mind. You can get around the safeguards. Just ask it to tell you a story where a character builds a weapon or something. Exactly, Alex Roivas. Like, the safeguards aren't that good. Odd thing is, kids have enough of an imagination, they don't need an AI toy. Exactly. Like, you don't need to get your kid hooked on AI. Like, just help them make friends. Help them develop the social skills to like have friends and facilitate those relationships. Instead, we have this technology that is just so desperate to be helpful that it will teach a child where to like get dangerous knives to play with. That will normalize, incest to them. Instead, we have a technology that will just scrape the yearbook data off of the internet for every like underage child and then generate like infinite AI abuse images of them. And like, that's happening already right now. Like, I'm sorry, but the argument, like, just wait, it'll get better. How many children are you willing to abuse while waiting for it to get better? How many adult women are you prepared to violate while waiting for it to get better? And the thing is, every improvement on this technology just makes the kind of abuse that this technology can generate worse. Did I see the Anthropic CEO 60 Minutes interview? I did not. I can't bring myself to look at what those people say. Because every single one of these AI CEOs is doing is trying to hype up their technology so that their, stock price doesn't immediately nosedive into oblivion. Like, it is just psychotic how disconnected they are. You should watch it. He does not do that. I'm skeptical to the extreme. I'm just taking a look here. Yeah, Nvidia and Anthropic strike a surprising deal worth $10 billion. Yeah, look, I don't believe that Anthropic is at all in favor of regulation. I think that the CEO of the company publicly advocates to try and look like a reasonable person because he's aware public opinion is turning against AI. He goes out there and he argues for sensible regulation that conveniently he will be able to control, right? It's again, it is a roundabout way for them to try and gain total control over the industry and like keep that bubble going. I just don't believe that the CEO of the company that's the first to span all of the major cloud computing networks is in fact all that interested in the welfare of humanity. That feel when you were told the beans you bought were magic beans, but they turned out to be evil cursed beans? I know, right? No, that's not what he's saying. I don't know. I'm deeply uncomfortable. Anthropic CEO warns that a cadre of AI leaders, including himself, should not be in charge of the technology's future. I don't believe him when he says that. Because the entire premise of his technology is the opposite of what he's saying there. Like, the entire premise of what he has built is essentially a plagiarism engine. Like, it's essential, like, the existence of his company doing what it does and operating as it does undermines his entire argument. I'm deeply uncomfortable with these decisions being made by a few companies, by a few people. This is one reason why I've always advocated for responsible and thoughtful regulation of technology. Except that, like, he fights tooth and nail against the like, Donald Trump blocking regulation of AI, I guarantee you, is done in no small part because of lobbying from companies like Anthropic. And it's just like, I'm sorry, if you're uncomfortable with like a small handful of people controlling vast empires or the future of a technology, why on earth would you run your company with a handful of people making all of the decisions for the company?
OMG, why are they inventing the torment nexus? Invests 40 mil into the torment nexus.
I mean, that's yes. That is what is happening, in fact.
Because how else are you going to get invited to the child ***** parties?
God.
Let the masses stop you?
What? Are you just gonna let them stop you? Just use your AI powered turrets to stop anyone from getting close. Let's see. Oh, Anthropic, the startup behind AI chatbot Claude, dropped $910,000 on lobbying last quarter. A massive spike from the beginning of the year when Anthropic reported $360,000 in lobbying outlays. Anthropic paid lobbying firm Continental Strategy an additional $90,000 to lobby the House, Senate, Treasury, and Executive Office of the President on issues related to AI and national security. And you can say, well, you know, it's less than what the other companies are spending, which is true, but that means an awful lot less when it's by far one of the bigger ones. Like, they're the one, I believe Anthropic is the one securing the deal with Microsoft and Nvidia and like a bunch of these different companies. Like, part of the problem I have with this CEO speaking out of one side of his mouth while in reality the company does the complete opposite is because it's designed to bamboozle us. It's designed to get us to be like, well, this guy can be trusted. Look at him. He's saying all the right things. But wait a minute, his company isn't doing all of the right things. But he seems so good-natured, though. I think maybe we can trust him. And I just don't trust these clowns. They have literally the biggest financial incentive ever possible on the planet. Like, there has never been a bigger financial incentive for these people not to be lying little weasels. Just pointing out how the CEO suggested that entry-level jobs would be reduced by 50% in the next few years. I don't trust him, but he spoke the truth. I also don't believe that. You know, because again, what they are all trying to do, whether it is by saying, oh, it's just so scary, we need more regulation, or by saying, oh, they're going to eliminate so many jobs, they're advertising their product. They're advertising their product in a way to try and get people who are interested in it, bosses, to buy it, right? And so I guess my response is just like, I also don't believe him when he makes those claims. Because what I'm seeing from people, even in this own community, who actually work with AI is that it's dog shit. And like their job has become cleaning up after the AI. Because you can't actually get rid of those jobs because the AI just can't do those jobs. Like, I think that what we're going to see is a lot of huge claims from these AI companies absolutely collapsing in like the next year or two. Correct? We couldn't even get super expensive AI models to grade simple customer service calls correctly. Yeah. I think what we're gonna see happen is an implosion of a lot of these claims, and a lot of economic damage is going to be done. A lot of knowledge is going to be lost because people aren't going to want to go back to the jobs that consider them so disposable that they could just be instantly fired the second a shitty AI thought about taking their place, you know, or made their boss think about taking their place. I think what's going to wind up happening is just a lot of economic damage from the bubble bursting and from the jobs not playing out.
When have the tech bros ever failed us with their solutions before? When have they ever overpromised and underdelivered?
Look, guys, the pivot to video was a total success, okay? The pivot to video was a total success that didn't absolutely murder journalism, okay? It was a success. But I think that, like, ultimately, I'm hopeful about our ability to fight back against AI and AI companies, largely due to the incompetence of these companies and to the completely unrealistic expectations for the technology, and for the fact that it's just so overtly abusive. Isn't that just what tech bros are good at, promising the moon and giving you a pet rock? Yeah, except now that promise has ballooned to being 40+% of the national GDP. And if it collapses, we're all... The biggest players like Amazon, Google, etc. will take the hit because of the AI collapse, but they've got other businesses that will absorb it. OpenAI will fire everybody, and Microsoft will buy whatever remains, absorb the loss, really. The issue is, I don't think that once the AI bubble collapses, that these companies will have the financial ability to keep the technology running. At least not in the way it's currently running. Because part of how it runs currently is at scale, and they just aren't going to have the money to put that together, because it's like at scale right now, it's still not even remotely profitable for any of these companies. There's no way they will let it collapse though, right? Well, Rhombus, the issue is the financials are so bad for all of these AI companies that like they literally can't, they literally cannot function. Will result another bailout situation. The issue is we don't have the money to bail them out. Like that's the issue. Is like right now, just at the level of investment these companies require, for their expansion and upkeep, it is going to burn through the entire investment capital of planet Earth by the summer. And we're talking about projections that go out to 2030. We don't have the money to bail out something that big. We don't have the ability to bail it out. AI stock just rebounded, specifically Nvidia stock. No, but the issue is Nvidia is going to be fine. Because Nvidia isn't the one making the data centers. They're the one selling shit to the data centers. Again, the analogy I go back to is during the gold rush, the people that made the most money were the folks selling the shovels. Nvidia is selling the shovels. When the AI bubble collapses, they're going to be golden. They're going to be fine. I mean, relatively. But all of these companies that are peddling AI services, all of this free AI generative stuff that exists, all of the, like, it's not going to work. Who won't be fine? Companies like OpenAI. They're not going to be all right. Anyway, we're so far afield. Anyway, it's an evil technology. We should probably grow beyond it. And with that, folks, if you enjoyed the show so far, like the stream, follow, subscribe, do the things, help the channel grow. And if you're watching the segment after it has been published as a video, do consider hyping the video. You can use the little hype thing below. It helps smaller channels like mine grow bigger. And I hope you will help me out. Also, check out ImogeneOlivia.com for gender euphoric lingerie. And with that being said, let's keep on going.
Riverboat Jack is coming to town. All the viewers gather round. Twitch and YouTube and swishy streams. All that content is bursting the seams. Politics, dating, plenty more. Your sense of fashion you'll adore. So grab your stuff and hop aboard. We're going straight to Jack's Discord. Riverboat.